3 beers. 4 beers. Oh no. 5 beers. 6 beers. Drink!
All this chat, and I do believe I'm speaking for both of us, has made us very, very thirsty. 2 pints, prick.
Welcome to oh yeah, because you're reading it from left to right.
Piss Takes Plus.
The World's End.
Film review. Yeah, so
2013.
recently we, like fucking 10 minutes ago you'll have seen, we did, fuck me man, this is
No
insane.
thanks.
This isn't, please don't fuck me.
I said no thanks.
There's a bed in front of us.
You said fuck me and I said
Like,
no
to-
thanks
to-
and you
to-
went,
to-
don't fuck me. I wasn't thinking
To peel
fuck
back
you.
the curtain of the Piss Takes set, there is a bed in front of us. And there is
that is
there
nice
is
to know.
some sex ass lighting on that.
I'm lit up nice.
Damn right, like we could make it sexier.
That's Prague. That's Prague.
That's a brag. Yeah, so this is our series. So Aaron gets his bus at 10:30. Through the blackness out there is a
Yeah,
there is a bus.
Cutting.
And Aaron will be on that bus. Josh White just fucking impaled himself with a chair.
I impaled myself on Sunday and I'm still recovering from it.
That is
The
true, we
beach
played
park.
hide and seek.
Yeah,
the
that was-
beach fight.
Oh man,
The dumb shit we get up to.
You see, it doesn't even look that bad.
Oh, he's
but
getting
but
his
it's fucking
Warren's
sore. Oh, it's gone. Never mind. There was like a bruise there. Aye, it's gone now. But it was sore as fuck earlier today. You can kind of see it, like bruise.
Piss Takes Plus
Good
is
time.
probably what's going to happen after Aaron fucks off and there's still 2 beers left, where myself and Josh Wright will record a short episode, almost about the episode, but also kind of the unofficial part 2. During the episode, we kept it relatively on track and tried to stay away from side tangents. Now that didn't work because I'm full of side tangents, as are you.
Anyway,
Aaron will come to learn side tangents with podcasting.
Neil will learn to fucking master the art of him by like himself.
Talking shite,
Yeah.
And then being able to rein in side tangents. But those side tangents meant that our podcast went a bit too long. The fact that we were greedy bastards and I really fucking wanted a chippy and Josh Wright is a legend and bought me a chippy / you paid off some of his debt to get a chippy.
Yes, I did.
And Josh got himself a belt for a pizza. What was it your pizza was?
Barbecue.
12-inch fucking barbecue boneless beef.
Boneless.
The,
You like a boneless pizza?
the beefy crust.
It was the 12-inch barbecue pulled pork pizza with 2 garlic mayo dips.
And he wanted me to ask for that over the phone.
And I was called a fat skank for enjoying it.
So not a skunk, we have confirmed it was skank.
Oh no, it was a large skunk. That was it.
Ah.
It was a large skunk, not a skank. Because basically, one of my co-workers wrote large skunk on it because I guess she's fucking hilarious. And well, I enjoyed the fuck out of that pizza, so I guess that makes me a skunk, a large one at that. Definitely skunk.
That's what it looked like. Like there was a fucking tail on the top of that skank.
No, there was not. There was nothing on top of that. You.
Sorry, I'm rubbing this out because we need this for the outro.
But yeah, it was a good pizza.
I enjoyed my dress fish supper. Thank you very much.
With 2 bits of fish with salt and definitely wrapped up and put in a bag. Unlike
Always had that one.
yeah,
time.
because I had to make sure that they did it this time. I guess they didn't do
They
it
have a
last time
tendency
either.
of not doing that.
You know, on my watch, this shit wouldn't have fucking happened. But I made sure to tell them this time. At good old Dino's.
And
I'm
in
there
that
tomorrow, I
episode,
totally forgot about
wait, have fun tomorrow. And in that one episode of Piss Takes that just released, Piss Takes episode 2, The World's End, but if it was in air, the drink of choice was Staropramen and reconstructed The World's End like the film, but if it was to take place in air, go and watch that episode because it will be far better than this one, unless you're a movie nerd. Because if you're a movie nerd, this is the episode for you. Because this is going to be 2 boys who are on the 3rd Staropramen, 660 odd, about to recall, review, and ramble about the film because it's time for some brand integration. Please follow the recall, review,
So we'll cross over
ramble.
an episode between brands at this point.
Absolutely. Please follow the RRR podcast thing wherever I've left it linked. Yeah, what basically in the episode we were too focused on building our pub crawl, of which, there's a quick look, but I'm not going to let you see it because you've got to watch the actual good episode for that. This is our review of The World's End, and what makes this review even better is 2 years ago we'd done it before.
We did. I remember the day that we we did the Attack on Titan trilogy, which was released in kind of September. No, it didn't. It was straight after the launch of the film and TV podcast.
Yes.
Which
They were recorded before at launch.
They were recorded before, but they were like released kind of after it.
Yeah.
They were released after the top 10 movies.
They were released maybe.
Yeah, no long.
They were released November actually. I think
It was during like the first half of like 2023, I think.
I'm not sure because it would
Like
have been
the last half of
because we would have
2023.
done RRR then Smosh,
Yeah.
then something, then Doctor Strange, then it'd have been the horror month, which would have been October, and then it'd have been the first 3 in November. I think would have been the Cornetto trilogy because they were recorded in the first half of the year.
Yeah, they were recorded
They were
during like
well
summertime.
long recorded.
But they were
So much
released
so
in,
that
like,
when they were recorded,
released
that
in,
was
like,
for the
the
Gallus
summer.
podcast. The podcast and film and TV didn't exist.
True.
And I think that is a very competent review if you want to hear us actually talk about the movie. What this is more likely going to be is us talking about the movie, but then saying
Staropramen is nice.
or how it's changed for us over the past 2 years, basically. Because when we went and last reviewed it, we hadn't been to the Prague Staropramen brewery.
I hadn't been to the fucking pub.
Joshua hadn't been to the pub.
It was even my 18th birthday.
It was your favourite film at the time. Is that still the case, or have you got anything new?
Probably. I think it still is, because I feel like for some odd reason there's no other film that I can just sit and keep in the background more than this. Do you know what I mean? There's not a lot of films that I can, like, the Cornetto trilogy is just those I can have in the background and listen to it.
What's your ranking? The Cornetto trilogy. I mean, I'm obviously World's End, but
It'll be World's End, and then it will be Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz.
Interesting.
But it's not that Hot Fuzz, like, I fucking love Hot Fuzz as well. They're all amazing. But I feel like I've just had more of a, I've just watched Shaun of the Dead more times. I've had more, I watched it when I was younger.
Yeah.
I watched Hot Fuzz a bit later on in my life. But I still loved the trilogy. So I think my ranking of, because I think it was the same, my ranking of the Cornetto trilogy is the same, and it still remains like that.
I think mine is going to be the same, and I'm going to make the exact same arguments. I didn't realise you weren't drinking from the bottle.
Look at that with the light.
That is fucking nice. With the light.
Because
Piss Takes podcast has a light. We are moving up in the world. It's mad that the only way to get me to try.
That's not a T, by the way. That's an S.
Well, that's the T for Staropramen.
It's a T for
Staropramen.
Tankard in Prague, Staropramen-ish thing.
All tits.
Hey, by chance.
Damn right.
Yeah. I've seen on that random board that you wiped out. Is it still on?
You can't show that. That's like a selling point of the last episode. Just honestly tease it.
I'm not going to show it. But just know that the word
she's
tits
got
is
tits.
involved.
Yeah, she's got tits.
So now you have to go and fucking see it.
True, we've got tits. Anyway, this episode's gonna be weird, isn't it?
It's just a wee recall review and ramble.
Absolutely. My ranking, because it's a really hard one, because I think Hot Fuzz is the funniest movie of the three. I think in terms of jokes and enjoyment, I think it's the funniest. I enjoy World's End the most, but I think Shaun of the Dead is the best. So it's like it's a fucking weird ranking.
They're all the best in their own way.
Because every day I think my ranking would change.
Mm-hmm.
Today I'm going to tell you Hot Fuzz, World's End, Shaun of the Dead. Which is weird considering I've just said Shaun of the Dead is the best one.
Because it depends on if you've
your
watched it a certain amount of times. Exactly, because Hot Fuzz could be the funniest, but then The World's End might just be the best comfort watch. But then Shaun of the Dead might be the best, because I remember Shaun of the Dead being the best in terms of cinematography. That one was like something to me at least. Shaun of the Dead
it's the hole in the stomach shot through it.
Shaun of the Dead was the one that, like, I looked at and went, Edgar Wright's a fucking beast. You know what I mean?
The edits in The World's End.
Not that way of saying beast, by the way, because I know beast has got bad connotations.
No, we're going for the beast.
Then the chaser.
The car, Josh White from The World's End.
I know, but I just thought of the beast.
Well, trying to bring it back to Piss. Fuck me, is that one green?
Why the fuck is it green?
Because everything's green,
I love
Josh White. It's the world's end. It's the best colour. Green is the best colour.
You know
I
me,
won't
right?
hear
I'm
otherwise.
supposed to do that. You're supposed to say something that links it to the thing that we're talking about, and then I just don't link it back.
That's why I appreciate podcasts with you, Josh White.
It's because I'm meant to
It's
say
the amount of times I'm setting up a mad segue
Nah,
to
just-
something completely on topic
Nah,
to get
just-
away from a side tangent.
and I crumble it.
And the
into
worst part
fucking
is,
shreds.
you don't even crumble it on topic, you crumble it to a side tangent that isn't by any way related to the original topic.
Because this has turned into another side tangent, which is this one.
This is just talk about podcasting, so I suppose
Yeah.
that's an inherent... We're fucking drinking Star on top of the world's end.
Because this is the kind of shit we'd be talking about at like 10 in the morning anyway. So I don't
Exactly.
think,
If
I don't
we were
think
green
alcohol,
walking, we'd be debating this shit.
alcohol has not influenced this chat at all. This is just a regular chat.
It's just
alcohol's involved.
it's influencing how aggressive I might be and how much I might praise the colour green.
Yeah.
The Reverend Green.
The Reverend Green,
Look at
aka a certain pub.
Look at that seamless transition. So this is so last time we spoke at the World's End, like properly in depth on the podcast, you were not 18.
I was not.
By the time the podcast had released, you were 18, which is kind of funny.
The pub didn't exist to me.
Now you drink. You've seen the film since I mean, you told me that you'd watched the film fucking 3 times because you bought it on YouTube over the past like.
Because I couldn't get it anywhere. It was
Yeah.
my magic. It wasn't on my magic stick that didn't fucking. Like, not only does my magic stick not work anyway, and it's nearly expired, but it just didn't have the World's End on it. I thought it would have the entire Continental trilogy.
Really weird.
I didn't search for something that did a Hot Fuzz, but the World's End didn't have it. Wasn't on Amazon Prime. You had to buy on Amazon Prime and cheaper on YouTube, and it wasn't on Netflix either. It was nowhere. So I might as well just
own it.
own it on YouTube. It was like £6 or something. I don't know. I'll always have it in my person. Just in case.
It's a good film to always
Exactly. I watched it a good amount of times. Like I think one time I watched it fully, like
attention.
Fully attention, notepad in hand,
Nice.
thinking about the tune, and I went boom, 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 because I had as a kind of behind the scenes,
We
for
can do
this.
that on this, absolutely.
Because honestly, I'm thinking, because my opinions on, like, again, as we said downstairs before Aaron left, we had such a diverse kind of opinion.
Yeah.
Like,
We
not even opinion, but like,
each took 3 routes.
aye, like 3 different routes. It wasn't like the same route, but 3 different ideas. It was 3 completely different, like, fucking realities. Because I was faithful to the film itself. You were.
I was really faithful
Like, you were a
to
wee
the
bit of
film.
both.
I was really faithful to the film.
Because you
I
mentioned the
thought.
Reverend Green, you mentioned fucking.
I was really faithful, but I didn't include the in-between pubs. You were really faithful to the bit that happens between the pubs, whereas I completely scrapped the film's plot and was just like, what happens in each individual pub and what pub can I relate that to?
Yeah.
And Aaron, he watched the film last night, said he'd give it 7.5 out of 10, which I think is a really fair
It's very
review for your first time watching it. And
then chose just all the good ones, which again, Aaron made
well,
quite a
Aaron,
decent one.
me and Aaron reached the problem with Aaron that he's only been to 14 pubs in the town. So
But I've not even been to all the pubs
it
in the
was
town
just
yet,
what
so
order he was going to... I've definitely been to the most of all of us.
definitely.
And I made well fucking good on that on
Yeah.
my list. But you put down like 2 or 3 pubs that you hadn't been... 2 pubs you hadn't been to?
I know, because again, I was more, again, autistically trying to like link it together,
Right.
even if it didn't make sense
No, and
sometimes.
that's what we love about
But it was like,
Right.
it was just so. I was going for just a very cinematic approach.
Yeah.
It was like 16 by 9 in my head, and we're at the junkie park beating up fucking Ronnie or whatever. I don't know.
Oh.
Like we're like like this is true like in my head stuff here. And then obviously cuss word beginning with CH had to show up as well. Sorry. Sorry about that. Then
That's when you lost. Because Aaron lost almost immediately.
because you were crashing out fucking days before about Christina's, and I'm like.
Because Aaron lost immediately.
Mhm.
Because Aaron put all the heavy hitters first. So
Yeah.
he lost immediately.
I suppose.
I started slow and worked faithful. Whereas you were doing really fucking well. Then you mentioned that, and it went. You went completely off the rails from then onwards. Whereas I ended on the only pub that I think that night deserved to end in.
See, I had like, wait, hold on. I'll show you my like.
I had so many drafts.
Because I had like, this was Oh wait, hold on.
I don't want to look at the rest of your notes, your shopping list.
Shopping list. See, I had just random notes here, like forest equals junkie park, and I just had these all listed down just in case.
So yesterday,
So like I had them. Again, Twa Dogs, Gilly Do, Smoke and Go. They're all really good candidates, and if I was ignoring geography at all, probably would have went for some of these. But since I was vaguely following geography, but in a really weird way,
I went really faithful to geography.
You did. You've actually been
with one exception.
Yeah.
There's only one point in my list where geography makes no fucking sense, and that's the spoons barb joke. That's the only one that doesn't make sense in my geography.
Nah, but like again, if I was as free as humanly possible, maybe some of these would have been like the goat definitely would have made an appearance, and again, maybe Central. I'm not too. Central's just. I'm still goat, but like only again as on the list, intoxicated.
Of course.
Because well,
it's a bit out the world's end, Josh White right now.
Yeah.
Like we're down a man. Aaron's chucked a whiting, we've sent him in the bus, and now it's just us warriors left to review the actual films. Where I was going with that wee spiel was, as a man who now goes to pubs and as a man who now drinks alcohol, like beer, frequently, did the film change to you in any way? Like, did the meanings and feelings associated with the film change? Instead of seeing like that's what we could be in the future, did it become that's what we are almost in the future? Like, did you begin to see us more in the characters and situations? Because
it would be more at this point at our age when
we'd be 20-year-old Gary King.
We'll be in 1990.
This is 1990.
And, yeah, and we'll be like, I mean, this isn't me saying that in 20 years from now we're going to be businessmen and there's going to be that one person in the group who's going to try and get us for a night out.
Gonna happen. Aaron is going to pipe up.
Yeah, but I would show up. I'm not gonna be like
they all showed up.
I'm not gonna be a proper.
They all showed up.
Hesitantly, no less. Though.
Well, I might be a bit hesitant to do a fucking pub crawl at the age of 40.
Don't be kidded. I'm rather sure we'll still have plenty of nights out at the age of 40. Maybe not pub crawls, but
nah, mate. See, when we get to like 70 and we're still game age, that's when I'll be back in the fucking pub. That's when we're spending every waking minute in the fucking Twa Dogs. We're never fucking leaving.
Well,
or Wassels.
But I mean,
if it still exists, but I can tell you, the Shanter will still exist.
That's the thing, though. That's the thing, though, because I can imagine what I'm going to be doing in my 20s. I can imagine what I can be doing in my 60s and 70s. But see, in my 30s, 40s,
that's
50s,
the good shit.
I have no idea what's going to. That's the working your
that's
life,
life.
Having
Absolutely, that's life, though.
Fuck knows what that's going to be.
I
could find a wife. I might not. I don't know.
I always have this conversation.
I might have to drag yous out. I might be the Gary King in 40 years.
With the likes of Callum and Ren, I often have this conversation. See, with life, I don't know what I'm doing from the age of, say, 22. Like, once uni's wrapped, from the age of 21, 22, right the way through to 70. Hell, maybe I'll fuck off to Canada. Maybe me and Ren will move to Spain. But there's one thing that's certain to me. I will die in Ayr. Like, I will move back to Scotland. Maybe not necessarily Ayr.
At least your funeral will be in Ayr.
But, like, come 60s, 70s, once I'm retired, I'll probably be back in Ayr. Or Scotland, at least, because that's home and always will be. Whether I fuck off and live the rest of my life in Ohio or Newton Haven, doesn't matter. But I'll be back in Ayr because that's what's raised me.
Yeah.
Do you know what the most unbelievable part about the film The World's End, Joshua, is?
Go on.
It's been 25, 30 years, 20 years? 20 years since they last done it, and not one pub in the pub crawl is shut. The fucking turnover rate in the town is yearly.
It's the most successful
Central Bar was open and shut and open and shut and open and shut. Willie's been done up. Willie Wassels, 5 years ago that was the fucking Malt Cross. Like,
the first post was done up.
The Gilly Do was Ayrshire, and after it was Ayrshire it was something else. It's like fucking on a loop. It's been 4 pubs in my lifetime.
Yeah.
The Growler didn't exist.
Furies was a thing.
Exactly. Harley's has been through many a rebrand. The Print House Vinyl, they all existed. Mulligan's,
McCarthy's,
fucking Ask, Golf X, the West of the Moon, all these. And like,
West of the Moon?
West of the Moon was the one with the play park outside before it was Ask, Arthur Street Kitchen.
Oh.
It was Westerman. It was fucking
And then
brilliant. Ask
and I
Daniel about
remember
it. Me and Daniel fucking loved that.
There
twist.
was the, I think it was the
That's when I was
Vine.
stung by a bee.
I'm sure the Vine or the Buff, one of the two, had like a branch in there, and that turned into Skinny Malinkies, and that turned into Mulligans. Because Skinny Malinkies was a thing
For a
from
year.
like 2021 to 2022. This was when
Joe
This was
and it
when
was buzzing.
This was when
That's
Joe.
all you heard of it. It was like the fucking bollocks.
We were going to fucking Harleys and Skins. Joe was going to Skinny Malinkies. This was where the shit happened. The Vine, the vinyl, the fucking this. Arthur Street was the place.
Not anymore.
No.
I mean, GolfX is doing it solids.
Like GolfX is lovely, but if you want like
I've got a good one.
if you want like, you know, a 2023 December 2023 fucking through to summer 2024 period of nights out where you're, you know, like
Aye.
a certain era, you know what I mean?
Certainly, I mean, you're 18. Like you're
18,
learning what you like and what you don't like.
I'd get a wild era.
You're trying to like what other people like. You're yet to find that you just like old man pubs. Like it's one of those.
You've got a bit of a wild era, I suppose. You know.
You're drinking Venoms because ooh.
I think I've had one Venom.
You're still in the vodka.
Shit.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Ends a night in a Jack Daniels always. Ryan's got the can of Coke. Josh White's got the Iron Brew. That kind of shite.
Sugar free.
Damn right. Hypotheticals as well for that pub crawl. See pub 3. See how we both went for spoons.
Mm-hmm.
Spoilers. But also, if you didn't click off and watch the other episode when we told you to, and you're still here, you're fucked for
Guess what this is called, guys?
Don't bring up the actual list. That's too mean.
Oh, it's called Pistix Plus.
Oh yeah, Pistix Plus.
Because it's a plus. It's a game. It's a new game plus. It's a epilogue.
The World's End.
This is the epilogue to this episode.
Do you know how the Pistix like
It's the
motto
post-credit
is
scene.
It's like another round, like on to the next round.
Yeah.
We don't do episodes, we do rounds. Well, this is when we get the last bus home, or we walk home, and me and you end up in mine watching Still Game
Yeah,
with
this
a
is
fucking tinny.
the epilogue episode.
Like exactly, this is the epilogue. This is when you or Callum would come back to mine after fucking Spellman and drink Peretti watching fucking Top Gear. This is the
Top
other night
Gear,
after,
then, Doug.
after Halloween. Not Halloween. Fuck Halloween. We were in Prague. After hide and seek. The other night,
true.
we were fucking in downstairs drinking a fucking
time.
tinny watching Still Game. Like it's
See,
absolutely.
It was this was like
This is a
it was
movie,
like
you know.
because it was like a couple of days ago. We were like
Trying to make my points.
side tangents, you know, because it was like a couple of nights ago.
Recall
We were
review
like,
ramble, mate.
you know, you were quite adamant on the idea that we're gonna have quite similar lists, and we
I'm
did to a
really
very
back.
much extent because
Josh,
I had a
fucking
feeling
knew that me and you had done 3, 4, and I thought we would go 3, 4, 5.
because I had a feeling.
Real spoiler alert, so fuck off, really, if you've not seen the actual episode.
I had a feeling that I was gonna have the kind of good night / you know, World's End kind of list as you, but then I just happened to be even more faithful to the film. Or no, I thought you were gonna be as faithful to the film as me. Sorry.
See, again, we said it earlier, I went really faithful to the pubs. I went for the pub that
Yeah.
was an identical replicant to the pub in the film, whereas you went for what fit the story and the in-between parts, geographical-wise. But I was adamant the other day that we were going to have the same 3, 4 and 5. I was adamant that we were going to have Spoons, Wassels, Bridges as 3, 4, 5.
Can we just say that, like, them meeting up and, like, sitting waiting for Gary, you know, waiting for the beast was, like, opposite Morrison's.
Well, I was going to say Odin.
Odin.
Odin at 12, mate.
Odin 12.
That's how the day starts, is Odin at 12.
Odin at 12.
We could hit up the golden disc for all I care before. We could do HMV first, mate.
We could do the good
You know
old
him doing Need for
Poundland
Speed.
HMV.
Need for Speed's the fucking golden disc.
Connell's not even reached. He's reached pub
Aye,
zero,
Connell's-
and he's chugged his milk and is sick in his way home.
Like, we're starting the day at 12, regardless as to whether we dick about for first. See pub 3, so it's Spoons. I had Spoons is the immediate joke I wrote down.
Same. It was.
But
Like,
I also considered what would I rather do, because this would have been 4 o'clock real world times in my head. We've just done our games day at Druthi Niebers in my world. I genuinely considered 4 o'clock being the bowling or 8 ball, because we can both of those have a pint whilst we could do something. And there's nothing I love more than a night out than being able to do something.
Yeah, do something
As well as having a night out, because the night out was fucking brilliant. But see if for an hour between 7 and 9 you fuck off to the escape room and then fuck off back to the pub. I love that shit.
This is where this is the kind of time that, like, this is why we bring the escape room fucking board games to Spoons. or whatever quiet place that we think of doing because we're doing something.
Aye, it's just nice to do something.
And then on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we will eventually play the darts in Golfex.
Aye.
I would like to do it at least once.
Absolutely.
No,
We'll
like,
do it soon, mate.
I'll do it at least once, not on
There's
a
a team in
Thursday,
the-
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
There's a team in the escape room today, Josh, right? This is legendary side tangent 101 here. And
Go
I'm
on.
like, have you done any games before? I'm hitting them with that patter. And they respond, 1. And I'm like, whereabouts? Centre Parks. Whereabouts? Winfell Forest. And I was like, don't. Just throw the key away, but don't actually, because you need to find those keys if you lose them. I'm going next week to Centre Parks Winfell Forest. Is it any good? Shrug shoulders, and I'm like, oh, they're boring people anyway. Ah, it's alright. They didn't give me
That
much.
was fucking peak. We'll go in Centre Parks 3, Freaky Parks 3, the Holy Trinity, Electric Bungalow 12.
Electric
2,
Bungalow.
Electric Bungalow, or
I've got the Starro hat, fuck you.
2 Electric Bungalows to finish off the trifecta.
Can't believe I didn't have the Starro hat
Because
on.
apparently we're bringing fucking 20 people next year.
I didn't have the Starro hat on at the start of the episode because the whole bit was me and Aaron were sat and we were like, every episode's going to be a surprise. We're just going to surprise each other in episode 1. I was like, except for episode 2 when we do this World's End idea.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be Starro for that one. And Aaron straight away ballsy put it in his fucking one-off top tier and we're like, alright man. Alright, but back to the movie. Because I watched it maybe 2 weeks ago when I first started compiling this list. And obviously I was watching it with the lens of trying to relate it to Ayr, but see, watching the characters and trying to relate them to like each of our friend groups, I couldn't do it.
I had that idea as
I
well, but
couldn't
for
do
side
it.
characters, see how you would compare like the Reverend Green to fucking Soapy.
Soapy,
Soapy.
and then Andy Scott's Basil.
Andy Scott's
But
Basil.
those two are obvious and easy.
Yeah.
But see the actual main cast, I couldn't do it.
Like,
Like,
again,
you go straight to Daniel or Aaron.
because there
for
would be
Gary.
I think, right, the characters and like the main 5 characters, they're just extreme versions. Gary
It's
King,
not even
Gary,
extreme. It's,
Gary,
I don't think we
Gary,
can relate
Gary,
anyone
King,
to
Gary
anyone.
King is a hard, like Daniel is a tamer Gary King, or
Well, obviously it's
Aaron
times
is a tamer
10,
Gary
but, like,
King.
If it's any of them, it's Aaron or Daniel. But see
Aye.
the issue with Gary King is Aaron or Daniel.
Mm.
That means whatever one it's not isn't a part of this.
Mm.
Because
I mean,
they
Andy isn't extreme Callum. Andy's just Callum.
can't-
That's the only exception because
No, they are. It's
Like-
because Callum is the most likely to crash out the fuck over Daniel, me, or Aaron, and also Callum in the fight sequence is most likely to kick the fuck out of everyone.
and he can also stomach 5 shots at the one go after not drinking for 16 fucking years.
And he would shrug it off, and he would say,
Callum's probably done that already
Exactly.
in Canada.
exactly. He'd just walk about and be like, well,
The
like,
man's bald now.
he'd be like, blah 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 blah. He's never fucking wrong, and then he'd get on with it because Callum is fucking loyal. But so I could not relate them to people as I'm watching this pub. I could relate the pubs, I could relate situations, because you're watching it, and I could relate it mainly a lot more to like when we were a few years back in the likes of the print house, like fucking 3 lassies rocking up and being like, what the fuck's happening tonight? I remember, was it Cowboy Night? Fucking skints. No, I'm not gonna go into like explicit details because it'll break Josh White's AK Break A Heart, a song that probably played on that night. But well,
What was the Gambler?
That did also play, as well as the Slosh, and I fucking sloshed my heart out.
That was
Hey 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 hey
Slosh, the Gambler.
Beautiful Sunday. Anyway, whilst you were talking to fucking Shetland Sheepshagger, myself and Daniel were talking to this blonde and this brunette. Like, it was really fucking weird.
What?
Yeah.
What happened this? Oh well, of course I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know, but like,
I wouldn't know.
like, we were talking to the full-on marmalade sandwich, mate, except the marmalade sandwich is more like two brown-haired women and a blonde, so I guess it's more like a kind of brown bread cheese situation again. Fuck me, man. Don't. I know I've got the sex lighting in the bed. My god, that is like insane.
I didn't know there was a marmalade sandwich in the Cowboy. To be fair, that was the busiest I have seen. Not only fucking Harley's that street,
I think
but
that-
the whole town.
I mean, I wasn't there for Patricia Limes, but I think
it wasn't even fucking Patricia Limes. That shit was like the people, like it was like a quarter.
No,
of
no, no,
the
Josh.
Cowboy Night clientele
What
was
I-
at the fucking.
What I was
Patricia
about
Limes.
to say there is I wasn't there for Patricia Limes. But if I was, I reckon I'd have enjoyed myself, because it's a drag act and I fucking love drag acts.
It's just a fucking shit show.
Exactly,
That's what it was.
that's a drag act 101, is it's just a fucking piss take. But what I loved about Cowboy Night is I think it's the only night of Skints that I actively enjoyed. Because the music
was
was
good.
fucking good. And when the music's good in a club, I'm incensed to stay.
Yeah.
They had Campo in the fridge, so I was drinking Campo.
Yeah, it was like...
Me and Daniel were dancing to the Slosh and the Gambler on the dance floor. We got to laugh our fucking asses off. Canadian Connell and Sophie was there. Like, it was generally...
I've got this photo of Connell that I'll always think of, because
Yeah.
everyone had the cowboy hats on, because it was like the first 50 people on the queue, because that's why it was so busy in the queue.
Because they had incentive.
The queue, because obviously we were in the queue a bit earlier, like, and we didn't get the hats, but the queue was still fucking heavily, like...
The reason we didn't go up early is because we were in a heated game of pool that you won eventually.
Yeah, true. And then fate brought me to the queue. But then Connell was, there's like a photo of Connell where he's like wearing the hat and he's just staring. He's like this. I not even I could replicate this face, but it's the
I've seen the
most
photo, yeah.
empty, hollow face, and it's not even funny. It's just the best image. Candid photo ever. But yeah, because I was in tears, man. Fucking Cowboy Night, man. That was Gambler, because well, of course. I mean, they did nights like that after it because well, why suffer with all the house music every time? I remember the stories of emo night because I wasn't at the emo nights.
I wasn't at emo night.
No. But it was like alright, I guess. I don't know about the emo nights.
But the night of emo night, me and my dad were in them Spoons, and this drunk lady came up to me and was like, "Have you ever been to the Print House?" And I was like, "No." So I'm going to the night for the first time, emo night. So she was talking to us. She then joined me and my dad. She went and tells us about this guy from Manchester she was shagging. She was, "I think it's well cute that you came out for a pint." We had that, me and my dad. My dad's just over the moon because Spoons has just started doing Peretti and he fucking loves Peretti. So I'm buying him umpteen hundred Perettis. We get the Chris on the table and she's just joined us. A few months later, I'm in Wassels. I can't quite remember who with. Might have been Tyler and Aaron.
That's not the first. That wasn't the name I was expecting
over.
to say.
This woman comes over and joins us. "I know you from somewhere," and I'm like, "Don't fucking know you. I know you from somewhere." And she's like, "You're that." So she's a mother of a child somehow. I didn't know that. Anyway, right? And I just wanted to get lore about this woman. I think Emily was there, and her and Emily were like known each other or some shit. Anyway, this woman eventually gets kicked out of Wassels for being too drunk.
Yeah.
Good times to be alive. But back to the World's End, the movie.
Yeah, this side time just went on for 10 minutes. Fuck. But Cowboy.
This is also part 2 technically to our review. So you've got a scene by scene review on the Gallus podcast of film and TV. This is more unanswered questions, I think, because one of the biggest questions.
Because my opinions haven't changed. I don't think.
One of my biggest. I feel like my feelings to the movie have, because it's almost fears now. Like, it was looking forward to reaching that when we first spoke about it, and now it's almost fears of what if I'm the Gary King. What if I'm the guy that hasn't grown up and the only thing I have is going to the Twa Dogs, it's going to Wassels, it's what if that happens to me, and not by choice, just life pushes you in that direction. Because
everyone wants to be Gary King in 2022.
I want to be the King, man.
Like, people want to be Gary, like,
the fucking bollocks.
Aye, people want to be the bollocks, 21, 22, all that stuff.
The fucking sunglasses,
see if you're that exact same person without a wife and kids and you're not mature.
The age of 40. You've not got a job.
Yeah, I mean, like...
The only thing you have is this one night.
Because that's the only thing that he's got.
Night. It's all he's got.
Because it's fucking
true. The acting
true.
in the movie is insane between those two in that scene. When he's like, "I just punched my wedding ring out of a fucking robot's stomach," and he's like, "It's all I've got." That's a beautiful scene in the World's End.
Exactly, because, well, we've seen Gary not grown up this whole time. Maturely, like, he's still the exact same person. You know, however way he's grown up however, like, the years have went past, well, because of course we don't know what's happened in those years other than a few, like, you know, oh, I've shagged somebody, but she could,
Like
you know, I could be a father, you know, I could be this, could be that, you know, that's still, like, not within his reach. The only thing that's within his reach, like, I know Andy revealed later on that his wife left him, so that's why he's like,
she came back to him though.
fuck it. Yeah, but like, at that time, by the time they were on their way to the World's End, they were, you know, he was broken, just as broken as Gary, I think. Like, that's why he was like, you know, shots, and then fucking tanned every substance that he could obtain.
Glory. Did you play the fun game?
Because that's all
on one of your watch throughs.
Because at this point, all Andy had at some point during this film was this pro. Just like Gary, I think.
He literally lost his ring.
Yeah.
Because some weird ass ginger sucked it off his finger and he punched into her and took it back. One of my favourite symbolisms in movies is rings.
Rings. Yeah.
So in
Is that a hole?
In Spider-Man 3, right?
In Spider-Man 3.
The Green Goblin, Harry Osborn, who likes MJ, Peter Parker's partner. Peter wants to marry MJ. He's about to propose. He's got a ring in his pocket. He's in his suit. He's getting ready for the big moment, and he's attacked as he's swinging through the fucking town by the Green Goblin. And the ring flies out of his pocket, and it begins falling. And as he's falling, he misses catching the ring. A little bit of subtle symbolism that he's not quite ready for this relationship. And who gets it? Harry. Later on in the film, Harry would go on to break up their relationship and get with MJ, basically. But there's a moment, the entire film, it's the rule of three, mate. Later on, he once again goes to catch this ring. He gets it on his web, but just lets it slip out of his fingers once again, like he's teetering it like that kind of deal, and it just slides through the middle.
So fucking close to
it. But see right at the end, see when, boom, he rolls, he's tumbling on the ground, he's battered, he's bruised, he's bloodied. It doesn't matter though, because in his hand is that fucking ring. It is like, you feel it. And that's the kind of Andy shit. It's like, he lost his relationship because he was too work focused, he was too focused on this ginger. He punches it out of his stomach, takes it back, puts it back on his finger, and then goes back and gives his fucking everything to get his relationship back. And it took the literal end of the world, him fighting through the end of the world to do it.
Including even,
and he gets it.
Because I think all of their goals...
love ring symbolism.
Because it's so like, I think Gary and Andy have got... Because obviously they are like the main two, like they are the Jack and Victor of this.
They're not even the me and Daniel. They're the Daniel and Callum.
I feel even then,
if you have to,
like if you have to, because
at
this like even just they were the two like that, like they were the, you know, in the friend group you've always got those
Daniel
two.
And Callum were though.
Yeah, exactly. You've got those two who are like that in every friend group.
You fucking dick and wanker.
Blatant stitch. You've got fucking, you know,
they're real people, by
Gary and Andy, who have getting more parallels than you might actually think.
Yeah.
They're all reaching towards something. There's a point where they've got nothing. The only thing that they can do Gary's goal at this point, because all he's got is this, you know, pub crawl, is to go to the World's End. And as you said, Andy's he has to bucket up, join Gary with him as well, because he has to, might as well finish the Green Walk or something to get his relationship back.
Suicide undertones as well, man. It's like, it's a fucking hard movie at moments.
It's I think that's more than enough to, you know, show what Gary was like up to this point.
His plan was succeed or fail, end it after the World's End. Like, he needed that. He needed the actual end of the world, otherwise he was content and done. He didn't want to show his wrist in the smoking hut,
because
the scar on his arm.
Because
that's a fucking brilliant moment.
Because I think about it, imagine the world, like imagine the robots and this and that, the sci-fi never existed, and the World's End, like the Golden Mile, just happened, and they just happened to succeed it in a normal world. what would Gary King do after that?
I reckon Gary King and everyone would have went home.
Yeah.
Except for Gary King and Stephen, who would have finished it battling over Sam. And
Probably.
eventually Stephen would win. Gary would reach the final pint alone, finish that pint, and, as the film implies, end it.
Yeah, because it's all he's got in it.
It's like heartbreaking shit, but it's that scene in the fucking smoking hut where they're all like, prove your scars, get your ass out, mate, get your ankle out, and then Andy gives this big rant about how he had this like hip injury or something because of the car crash, but I'll show you my middle finger anyway. I'm like, I fucking love that bit of Andy. And then Gary does not want to show his arms at all costs because when he shows his arms, they're bandaged to fuck because of the self-harm, and it's like, wow. This is now all of a sudden I feel incredibly bad for this man who is carrying himself as an actual dick. It is a hard movie in those moments, and they do a really good job of making you root for Gary, but at the same time get every fault that man has, because there's a lot of them. I mentioned this to Aaron as we were watching it last night. I don't know what I want to do for Halloween this year, but Gary King is not a bad fucking costume idea. Like,
get 5 of us and we get
the black hair all the way back, because I've got the hair to fucking do it.
I would
the sunglasses, the big long trench coat, the t-shirt, the giving it the swagger, the hitting up with his partner, but this time I'd say, because there's one mistake the film made, and that's not having the line, abandon all hope, ye who enters here, behold the motherfucking king.
For Halloween, right, we dress up as each of the Cornetto trilogy.
Shaun of the Dead, Josh Wright with a red tie, and Aaron's giving it the Hot Fuzz police gear.
Exactly.
That's not a bad idea.
And you give it the fucking Gary King.
That could, if we don't do that on actual Halloween night, that could be the Piss Takes Halloween episode.
Hey, that's not a bad idea.
And we drink like pumpkin beer. I guarantee you I can find it in Sainsbury's.
Hey.
Easily.
I'm down for that. Like
Fair
all
enough.
of his characters throughout like the trilogy.
Simon Pegg, what an actor. What a fucking actor. Do you hear the story about how the World's End script came to be?
No, actually, it's one of those films that I love so much, but the only thing I know of the film is the actual film. If I'm being completely honest.
Edgar Wright, this kind of role in the kind of late 90s, just kind of how he felt about like pub crawls with his mates in the late 90s, kind of sci-fi twist. Benched it, put it aside. It wasn't a complete script. Come 2008ish, 2009, he re-looks at the script and he's changed so much over the past 10, 15 years. He's now grown up to be grown up to be Andy. Like, he's no longer the king that he was when he was younger. He's grown up to be a kind of more business side, and all of his mates have moved on. But what if you hadn't? What if you weren't a guy that moved on? What if you were stuck in the past?
There was the one guy that was just the exact same. That's because there's a lot of folk like that, and a lot of groups like that, and there's a lot of groups that have went full on business.
Because the script basically came from, this is what I was when I was then, that's when he wrote it, and then 15 years later he looked back on it and said, but this is where I am now. What if these two things met and had to fight all of the changes in the world, or all of the slight changes? But one of the main things we ran through during our World's End podcast a few years ago was the pub names. We explained all the meanings. I did that, I explained the meanings during the episode we just recorded and released. But there's one that I genuinely cannot make head nor fucking sense of, and it's the King's Head. What does it mean? Because the King's Head, they're running towards it, and this is the one that you have to go through.
Because the King's Head is like...
through the King's Head.
Because I think it was just more of a... I mean, to get to the end of the world, you have to get to something just as big of a level, and a more, like, I guess, symbolic level. The king, hierarchy, the main man. You have to get through him, because imagine the world's end is God himself.
Did we go through the surnames in our podcast last time?
I'm not entirely sure.
It's like, it's Gary King, then you've got Andy Knight.
Andy Knightley.
Like, all of the characters have surnames related to, like, the hierarchy that matches it in terms of the royal family. Can't remember the other lads' surnames, but, like...
Yeah, me neither.
That's a good thing you can, Josh Wright's about to Google as I continue talking about the King's Head. But yeah, I get it. It's like, I think it's equally as grand.
Because you have to get to, again, I know you might not believe in or the king or god or whatever. But just for this, you have to get to the king to get to even higher levels. You know, like God himself.
Fuck the king.
Yeah, that. But
Yeah.
also like you have to get through the king's head, and then you have reached God, aka robots in the world, the ending of the world, and that. So I think that's what the king's head probably means.
See, I went.
Because I think it's just as
Fair.
simple as that.
I went down this route. This is the pub of which Stephen goes away to drive. Andy comes in and finds Gary, and Gary's pouring a pint, and he's like, 10 pints ain't all that bad. He's drinking his 10th pint, and they're like, it's not, mate. Like, we can give up here, we can just escape. But this is the moment where Gary King stands in the pub, has this pint, he drinks the pint, and I think it goes to his head, the king's head, and he thinks, actually, fuck it, I'm 2 away from finishing this shit. I'm going to complete the world's end. I think this is the king's head is, this pint gets to the king's head, and he thinks I can finish this shit. What if it fucking kills me? And it literally ends the world.
It's as if the king's head is like it's like a semi-final boss. It's like I would say like a point of no return.
He was about to give up.
It's like I think the moment you get to the king's head or you're en route to the king's head, there's a point of no return.
He was about to give up, absolutely. But this pint sends him over and makes him complete the journey. So I think it could be the pint getting into the king's head and making him finish the story, finish the journey. That was my pitch last night. I don't know because it's the only one that doesn't make any fucking sense. Well, unless either of our options are the actual sense.
Because it's a mix of our options, because if I'm being as simple as I humanly can...
It's the final boss before the fucking final boss, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson shows up, Thanos shows up.
You know, this is like the Elite Four before the champion, if you will, if you're a Pokemon person like me. You know,
I'll give you the wrestling equivalent, it's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
That's it. So you're right, Gary King, Andy Knightley, Stephen Prince,
that's the hierarchy. So we've got 1,
Oliver
2, 3.
Chamberlain.
Oliver Chamberlain's before.
And then you have
Prince.
Peter Page. I don't know.
Page is before. It's the hierarchy basically in terms of where they stand, in terms of power ranking in the group.
Exactly.
It's slowly building up the kind of monarchical system, with the king being on top.
That's a good touch. I never even noticed that.
I think it's a really I mean, you've seen the bit where it's like every pub has hidden in it the number of the pub that they're in. Every name has a meaning. They completely parallel the opening to the movie.
We had such an in-depth. We were more analytical on the Shaun of the Dead. That I was like, wow, Shaun of the Dead's got such an attention to detail. I kind of forgot The World's End had the exact same thing.
The same with the
anything Edgar Wright related, it'll have any scene. It's like anything is there for a reason. Do you know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
Like, I feel like for a lot of films, I suppose they'll just have something in the background for it, just for the setting. But I think if Edgar Wright did it, it will be for a reason.
Airtight.
This is Tennant's in a Starro. This will be Starro in a Tennant's glass for a reason. Do you know the reason? I don't fucking know.
I mentioned it earlier, but we got obviously side tangent because not only is this the Gallus podcast, not only is this Ryan Robertson and Josh White on said Gallus podcast, because look, there was one thing I love about Callum on this show, is Callum could keep us in fucking control. Because
he locked in.
Because he would go on mad side tangents, but he was fucking strict. Like, he would pull you back in, and you would get back to shit.
Me and Callum's episodes, it was like, he was like, anyway, back on topic.
Absolutely. He'd just do that, and there's no rivaling that, because if I was to try and get us back on topic,
he'll just go,
you'll just continue the speech you're on, because it's probably interesting. But Callum, he would be like, no, fuck that. Save it for after. This is the podcast. We're keeping going.
I think
respect that about Callum. And Aaron's kind of similar. Aaron's too quiet at the moment, but you'll find his footing once he's done more.
Oh, he's doing
well for himself though.
It's because he's fairly new.
He's recorded 4 podcasts in his life.
And
he's stuck beside me and you, fucking Mr. Charisma in the fucking side tangent central area.
Because what was my first 4 podcasts? Guardians of the Galaxy, Mario movie, fucking Monty Python Holy Grail, probably.
You got to start easy and work your way up, man.
I think that Guardians of the Galaxy podcast was Ant-Man and the Wasp It was the Ant-Man trilogy. That
We
was
did all
it.
3 in 1, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember that was the first big podcast as well.
Your
And
first
I made
podcast was
like
Guardians.
3 pages of fucking notes because I was like, I ain't messing this shit up. But now I just made a little list of the pubs that we were doing.
Whereas now it's
Just to
me.
remember.
I'm showing up to the fucking Super Mario recording with 102 slides worth of fucking notes.
I mean, to be fair, that one was an exception. I just went with my prior Mario
Friends
knowledge.
with Benefits, I had 50 slides of notes. That's where
And I
my
just
kind of
went-
film podcasts, I think they'll average 50 slides of notes.
Yeah.
I'm currently on 45 for the next one that we're doing.
I like how the roles have switched, kind of. Because I used to make a shit ton of notes back then. Now I don't really. I'm sort of memorising just the film in general. And you've watched the film, but you're better at memorising a lot of things like quotes and actors and this and that and this and that.
Man, the fucking quotes.
And
the best quote in probably any film I've seen of recent times, aside from any romance movie that has a line that just hits you in the fucking heart, is "A man of your legendary prowess drinking fucking rain." That is an amazing quote. And
it's
that is
because
one
a man
the
of
only
your
times-
legendary prowess. That is the thing that solidifies that.
I can picture Daniel saying that to Callum, or Aaron saying that to Callum. Like,
Drinking
that is a line.
fucking rain.
That is a line that got both me and Aaron last night. We were in stitches at that note to the degree we had to pause the film just to move on.
I remember
what a fucking
pissing
line.
myself laughing at this as a 7-year-old. Because at this point, the robot stuff and all the actual hidden the meanings that we are talking about now, like, because we're all analytical and nerdy like that, didn't really care that much about when I was younger.
They hide in
You know what I mean?
spiral carpets. This is how it feels to be lonely in the movie. Is insane.
It's like watching a lion eating some hummus.
But to cut you off from that side tangent that we got to from a side tangent of this point, did you play the legendary game Watching the World's End of what fucking taps are in each pub?
I saw lots of Fosters.
Foster's, Caledonia Best.
I saw I saw that
Guinness.
at one point. Yeah.
There's a Carlsberg at one point.
I only remember the Fosters because it was quite up close.
Yes. There is something yellow outside, red in the middle, of which I'm adamant had to have been Tennent's. But it is England. It is Newton Haven. And there was Crown and Glory, which is the made-up beer that they drink in every pub, basically, except for the pint of Foster's that Gary pours in the final 2.
Still Tennent's, isn't it?
And then in the final pub, all of the beer is Network branded. Don't know if you clocked onto that.
Yeah.
In the World's End, all of the taps are the logo of the network. But funnily enough, there's a green network, there's a blue network, and there's a red network. Different draft. Now, not only does that scream mouse beer.
Yeah, what does Shaun of the Dead beer taste like?
Exactly. Not only did that scream mouse beer to me,
yeah,
but that also is the 3 colours of the Cornetto trilogy.
Just,
there is so much fucking crap. Bill Nighy voices the fucking network.
He does. That's actually mad. Yeah. Like, fuck it. That's like one of my best lines in the whole film, because it's so like, because sure the world ends after it, and sure the stakes are super high before it, but it's just that final boss, the actual final boss that's meant to happen. It's just, fuck you, you lamp, or whatever.
Fuck you, you lamp, broke me and Aaron.
Like, and he just goes.
Aaron turns to me at that point and is like, I'm going to steal that. I'm going to start calling folk lamps.
He says, it's the most anticlimactic final boss ending, but then it has quite a climactic ending.
There's only one film that has a more anticlimactic final boss ending, and that is Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Oh yeah, definitely. But that's when it's just, fuck it.
I love that it is just 2 drunk men. Stephen! 3 drunk men.
There.
They hug Stephen,
Even
shouting at a fucking ghost.
Even
like,
Paul's there.
Can you imagine, Josh?
Even Paul shows up. It's
Exactly.
just have his
Like,
head
Josh,
is gone.
imagine you're 12 pints deep, and there's a fucking lamppost at fucking Reese's house.
You fucking lamp.
We're piping the fuck up to that. Like, we're at 2D Church.
We are.
And 2D Church is looking back at us. Me and you both need a piss. We need to get to the pisser spot, and the only thing keeping us from getting to those trees to piss is this fucking 2D Church that's piped up to us and has been like, just what is it you want to do? We want to be free to do whatever we want to do. We want to have a good time. We want to party. We want to get loaded. What a song. The soundtrack to the movie is fucking goaty.
I like that quote, like, we want to have a good time. It's such a flexible, like, statement. Because it applies more to Gary, because obviously Gary is the one that's, like, the odd one out at this point. But even Andy, at a certain point in the film, they all, at a certain point, want to just have a good time and do all this and that.
Except for Peter.
Aye, Peter's Peter.
I really like Stephen.
He just wants to beat the fuck out of fucking Tweedledee.
He's a bully, yeah.
Yeah. Ronnie.
Stephen, I think, is my favourite character in the movie. Gary King is fucking iconic and one of the great. Gary King, Josh, you'll understand what I mean by this.
Gary
Very
King.
few people
Gary
will.
fucking King! Gary
He
fucking
finds,
King!
see, in terms of like tier listing characters, Gary King finds himself in the Poppy Moore tier. Remember Poppy Moore? Remember?
Poppy Moore.
From Wild Child.
Wild Child.
She's that lady that is just like, what's up,
biatch?
Like, she's fucking the most badass woman that just she's American and she shuts down every single English biatch known to man. And she's just a genuine icon with her patter. Gary King finds himself in that kind of tier, where they are just kind of a level above, because they're special. They are the fucking man.
Because
basically,
that's what Gary King is. He's saying, you know, get out of my way, biatch, but just a bit of a more Gary King way.
Cunt. And Andy, he's just a really well written counter.
He's just that.
To that.
He's just that good. Yeah, as you
But
said.
Stephen, I think he helps facilitate a lot of the best jokes in the movie. Like, see that's a good name for a band. You should write that down.
And then it gets mentioned later.
Brilliant running joke. They do it 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
Throughout. Like, Gary does it 4 times to Stephen.
Specifically when they meet in the present day again, and then
Yeah, Gary does it 4
later
times
on.
to Stephen, and then Stephen does it once in The World's End, and it's just the fucking perfect full circle.
Aye, because it's like, yeah, you should write that down as a name.
I said to Aaron yesterday, I can't, because what's his face? Oliver. Is that
Oliver, yeah.
Martin Freeman?
Yeah.
The guy that gets decapitated and his head
Oliver
still
is the one with the
Oman.
car dealership.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah.
He has a joke where he doesn't swear. He just says WTF, and I could not for the life of me remember what the
Fucking
payoff.
Wassels, that's where it happens.
I
That's where one of the
could not-
best bits happens.
I could not remember the payoff to this joke when
What
I
the
watched
fuck?
it last night.
Does WTF mean?
And then someone goes out of the toilet and is like, what the fuck? And guys, oh yeah,
Yeah, that's what
that's what that means. And I was like,
No
I could not-
intention.
I couldn't remember where that was going, and I pitched that the payoff was him being going WT fuck. But obviously the payoff was way better than that, because Edgar Wright is way smarter than I am. Like, I could not remember the payoff. That's fucking
That was
brilliant.
one of the more memorable ones. Like, to me at least. What the fuck does WTF mean? And then,
What the fuck?
because obviously, he's got no intention, you know, even talking to, he wasn't even listening. And he comes in and he says that. So,
there's the other good one where they're
it's just how
talking about
oblivious Gary King actually is.
they were talking about like where they are and like where Gary King is, and they're like he was like taking cocaine in the toilets, and he's like he's playing Need for Speed over there.
And then, what was it? When they get stopped by the police, he's like, fuck.
I used all that in the toilet. So he was on coke the entire time, which helps. But Stephen, I think he's got a really good story. Because Stephen is the kind. He's Paddy Constantine, who's a fucking phenomenal actor. Dead Man's Shoes, This Is England, like.
No, he's good.
And Hot Fuzz as well. Like, a generational actor is Paddy Constantine. He was in a movie recently, Heads of State. Right, Josh, this is a movie I would never recommend. I watched with my father, and it's the perfect movie to sit down and watch with your father. Like, John Cena plays the American president, and Idris Elba plays the British Prime Minister, and they have to be friends. Basically, they have to team up in an action movie. And the big bad is Paddy Constantine, Stephen of The World's End, playing a Russian.
What's this film called again?
Heads of State.
I feel like I've seen this film before.
It released this year. Like 2 months ago.
Oh my fucking god. I remember watching this in like the middle of March with fucking Madison. One night.
Yeah.
One random ass night.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Oh, was it though?
It's the kind of movie that you'd
was
find.
it? Oh, I don't know if it was actually.
It's like the kind of movie that you'd find in those situations. Because you wouldn't really be watching it, it'd just be on in the telly in the background, and you'd be doing, well, other things.
Holy fuck. I totally forgot that I've seen this film, wait.
Get it, Letterboxd star rated. It can compete with my, I think, 2.5 star review. And I think my review was John Cena lol. Or probably just me going, Paddy Constantine.
I'm rather sure this was a film that I seen in the
Constantine.
middle of fucking...
I think that checks out for it being released.
Because John Cena was definitely in it. No.
Ricky Stinicki. Did you watch Ricky Stinicki?
No, it was The Rock that was in this one.
What the
Never mind, it wasn't that film. No, I've never seen...
Well, regardless, Paddy Constantine's in
Never
it.
mind, it was fucking The Rock.
I would tell you it's 2.5 stars. Are you thinking about The Rock and Ryan Reynolds?
Ryan Reynolds, but
And
The
Red
Rock
Notice.
was in it.
Was there golden eggs? Josh, wait, tell me about this movie, I need to know.
The Rock was in it, and they were like...
That doesn't narrow it down.
They were kind of like agents, and... To be fair, I was like...
This
I was
very well
like,
could be-
balls deep into my graded unit, by the way, that was due the
That's
next
not
day.
where I thought that sentence would go. Was
So
The Rock in a
I
fat
was
suit?
quite like unfocused.
Was
It
The Rock in a fat suit?
I don't know.
Please, I need more, because I could get this easily. But what you have done is said The Rock was an agent, of which does not fucking help.
Who the fuck is Alexander
What
Nicole?
we've
And
done
you
is
just spelt your Staro all over my sock.
Staropramen on your socks.
My fuck. Who the fuck is Alexander Nicole? Do you know this man? Who are you?
That doesn't help me with the fucking...
Added me as a friend on Snapchat. Who are you?
That doesn't help Josh White with the fucking situation we're in right now. What time is it?
It is 11:36.
Good time. We'll give this 15 more minutes, we'll wrap and we'll watch a Father Ted and then I'll tell it to fuck off.
Fucking no. I don't know.
We need to get past this rock segment so we can finish the World's End segment.
I'm
Then we
trying.
can finalise the review of the World's End and then we can wrap up the podcast. Then we can fuck off downstairs and watch a still game or Father Ted. And then I'll book a wrestling ticket for you and then you can fuck off home. Not to see the Rock though, just bring it back onto topic. See? Segues.
I don't know.
What do you want me to do? Stop the time?
Uh,
Was it Rampage? Did The Rock have hair?
See, I've just seen that. No, it's not Rampage.
Was it Central Intelligence?
I don't think so.
I'd like to revisit Red Notice. Was he on a boat?
I'm not entirely sure.
Was there golden fucking eggs? Because if there was, I get to tell a story about golden eggs. And if it wasn't the golden egg one, I'll be sad. So please just tell me it was the golden egg one. Was it on Netflix?
The Golden Egg?
Was it on Netflix?
It was on Netflix.
I think it was Red Notice. Was Gal Gadot in it? She is Wonder Woman.
I don't know if I remember Ryan Reynolds being in it though.
Fuck, which is what Ryan Reynolds would say in this situation.
Well, I guess we'll never know this fucking mysterious film.
Are you
that
not on The Rock's
me and
filmography?
Hangby watched?
Can you please get The Rock's filmography up, please?
Don't
I'm looking at a sea of my spilt Staropramen and I don't want to cry over it, okay? And I will cry if there is no Dwayne The Rock
This is
Johnson
I'm
conclusion.
supposed to do that.
You mentioned... You know all bets with me go out of the window when you mention The Rock. I get really excited. If you mention John Cena or The Rock, I get excited. Can we please look through his filmography? I'm just going to swipe this and look through his filmography and just start quizzing you on films.
Wait, I'm looking through Central Intelligence because it's ringing bells.
Kevin Hart's in it. He's fat. They pretend to be friends. He was like his bully in high school. I can't remember the actual plot of the movie.
My fucking god, it was Central Intelligence.
Good film. Good film.
Yeah, it was decent.
Me and my dad just...
Yeah, that was when
thoroughly enjoy it.
he was a fat fuck. And
The
then he
Rock-
turns into The Rock! Kevin Hart! Yes, that was it!
Josh, right, I asked you if The Rock was in a fat suit. And you said
Well,
no.
No, because he wasn't in a fat suit, he was just fat!
He was in a fat suit.
Aye, in real life, but the character was a fat fuck.
Well, no.
And then 20 years pass and
I
he's
d-
fucking pulling up as The Rock.
I didn't ask you if The Rock was wearing a fat suit canonically in the movie. I asked you if The Rock, the actor, was wearing a fat suit in the movie. Central Intelligence, I think that's quite a good film. I understand. Absolutely. It's like It's your really wholesome kind of. It's almost like an Adam Sandler movie.
I totally forgot that. I watched
It's almost like an Adam Sandler movie. Like, it's so shit. At the same time, it's so watchable. It's so good.
Yeah.
So fair enough. I respect that. Stephen's a great character in The World's End. You see. Not even gonna try and segue that shit. I'm just gonna get us back on topic. Because Paddy Constantine is a fucking brilliant actor. But see that bit when he balls his heart out for Sam? Kicks me every time.
At the
two-headed dog.
At the fucking Smiths or
the two-headed dog, he's like, I've always loved you. And it might be the 7 pints talking.
Yeah, because it was the only way that he was able to actually get those
We all
feelings
know
out.
a Stevens.
Because he was dating that 26-year-old fitness instructor. As to which Gary King immediately goes, paedophile!
And I immediately went Josh White, but that's not important.
Kill yourself, Aaron.
Oh, it's a good night last night, I don't know what you're talking about. I gave Aaron a tenant sale.
So we've only got 4 left.
Yeah. Let's just put it this way, he couldn't finish it because it was that fucking mad. And I was like, damn right, Aaron, you can't finish it. Aaron left, and he was so fucked on this tenant sale, and so done because the amount of alcohol he drank the day before, that he left a pint-sized tinny and half a pint at tenant sale. Which meant last night when Aaron got his half-10 bus, and I'm sat without the Piss Takes Plus, watching, I think I watched Nerve, the movie, shite film. I'm looking at this pint-sized tinny that had been opened and had maybe 4 sips out of, and this fucking tenant's ale, not the extra, because the extra was nice. The blue one was nice. The orange one's fucking evil. Would you agree?
The orange one's evil, but it tastes lovely.
But it gets 2 or 3 sips of it. 2 or 3 sips is nice.
I want a tenant's ale. Right.
Well, there's one fucking downstairs if you want it. Not tonight though, because
Central Intelligence. I totally forgot about that, man.
Do you want to think?
You mentioned Kevin Hart, and I just, and then you mentioned fat, and I went, oh, fat sooner, and then
it was my third guess. I think I went.
It's because I went,
Josh,
plot of the film.
I went Red Notice, Rampage, Central Intelligence. Josh, I don't remember the plot of the film. I remember 2 things about the film.
It was a fat fuck.
Fat suit being bullied and Kevin Hart. That's all I remember about the film. And I remember enjoying it.
Yeah, I remember enjoying it as well.
I couldn't tell you what the actual crime plot was.
Because maybe if I focused on it, I would be able to give you a better description of it, but it's just because I was stressed as hell with this fucking graded unit. You know, the Day of Reckoning, I called it, which I got an A for.
Fucking
hell. That was quick.
We all know you're in it.
Well, I'm a sad fuck who's not in college anymore, and might, you know what, that turned sad. I'm quite happy, don't worry.
It's alright, Josh White. We're
At least I'm not like one of my old classmates who is doing his HND photography again after doing his first try in HND photography, after doing his second try in HNC photography, after doing his first try in HNC photography. He's been doing the photography courses in Ayrshire College for nearly 6 years! How the fuck you do that?
feel like I need to take a good photo.
How? David! How do you do that? I love you, David, but like, come on! Anyway, World's End. Good film. Good fucking film. And I'm still on board with that fucking Simon Pegg idea for Halloween.
For the Halloween,
I'll go World's End.
I don't know if it's actual Halloween.
Shaun of the Dead or whatever.
I don't know if it's actual Halloween. I'm not sure what the general plan is for.
If I'm off on Halloween day, maybe
you are. That's the rules. It's Halloween, mate.
I've never done anything for Halloween since fucking
Let's change that.
Fuck it, let's get it off.
The Halloween pissed takes. Maybe we do.
Go on my phones for something.
Maybe we do the Halloween pissed takes as the Simon Pegg trilogy, but the actual Halloween day, I don't know.
I'd like a good wee day. Got a Halloween, you know?
Well, yeah, we'll be in Glasgow.
Right.
Fucking Reese and Weebenor. His name's not Weebenor. Weebenor's his Egyptian friend. I'm talking about Joe Hewitt.
Oh, I like Joe Hewitt.
Who we fucking love. Because Daniel's profile picture is still Begsby, is it not? From Halloween last year.
He's got like a Patrick hat on.
Yeah, because Joe Hewitt is Patrick.
Aye.
And Daniel is Begsby from Trainspotting.
Aye,
which is not The World's End.
No, it's not.
What's your favourite scene in
was
The
cool.
World's End, Josh? Right. Let's wrap this podcast up by talking about our favourite scenes from The World's End. Because I've done my favourite lines of the movie. I've done my favourite character. I've done all the little things that I've noticed. But I've not done my favourite scene yet. So what is your favourite scene from The World's End?
Because I quite like, because I'm going to narrow it down eventually, but see the in-between scenes where they're going from pub to pub. Not even in the pubs, but that in between it, they're outside.
That bit when fucking Andy
Because
goes on this rant about the accident and then gives the middle finger in the smokehouse, that is a fucking
because
brilliant.
because the in between, because the smokehouse counts, like they're running down the high street, they're running down here. Gary's going down the
They're
fucking
walking to
mini bowling.
Oh, what is that song?
The fucking
Let's
Kincaid's Pavilion.
take a walk to the next whiskey bar.
Exactly. There's
Tales of the wine.
then it gets to a point where he's going down this very, very straight path with no cars whatsoever to the World's End, because the World's End is, I guess, not even a pub at this point. It's just a very symbolic building of the World's End. You know, it's the resolve of everyone's thing. Because if they didn't make it to the World's End, I'm rather sure that they would have just been eaten alive.
Yeah.
Because think about it. I mean, if you didn't make it to the World's End at this point, because you're in Wassels, right? And you've just fought these robots, and you've just got the idea that these robots exist. You're like, there's no going back. Because you're a Wassels, and you're like, there's no going back now. There's robots here, and they know that we are just regular old human beings. You know, there's no going back at this point. Which is also another reason why Andy's like, fuck this, because you're not gonna get out of here fine and dandy. You're gonna get out of here either dead or alive, but the world is
converted.
Dead. Exactly. Like, there's no turning back, as we were both saying. So even just any of the in-between points, or even just the last scene of Gary going to the World's End and even kicking the ass fuck out of the Polish motorcyclist
speech where he's like, fuck off your lamp, Bill Nye He-Man.
Because even when it inside, like, between them,
PK's the policeman.
Possibly the best, because, well, it was either there or nothing, and if they didn't make it to the World's End, then, again, there would be unfinished business. Because that unfinished business was the World's End, after all. Even the World's End was Andy's unfinished business, after all. Again, didn't make it to the World's End, he wouldn't get back with his wife.
Absolutely.
So as you said, it was getting to the end of the world to actually resolve everything, and it was actually the best possible ending that they could have possibly done.
Yeah.
That's what I like with that, Cornetto trilogy, because it's not like there's a good ending, as things are back to normal and stuff like that. Because things do get back to normal, but they're still like, they just have to go through, they've accepted the troubles of, Shaun of the Dead, the zombie apocalypse happened,
So they adopt zombies as pets.
Exactly. And Sam Peg's best friend becomes a fucking zombie, and they just, in the hut, and they just play video games together. Like, that is the best ending. That is, like, possibly the happiest ending that they could have, they could have had. Because, like, what's the ending they could have had, like, second place? Him not being there at all. And him missing his friend. That would have been sad. You see. So
I'm sad now.
I'd say that as a happy ending.
Yeah.
So I would say, with World's End, it ends in that kind of way where it's, what, sure, things are to shit, but again, it could genuinely been completely worse, and it's that reason why going to the World's End, was the only possible goal, the only thing that they could have done,
attainable option,
exactly the best, possible form of determination. So
I have two answers for my favourite scene.
Go on.
And they're both pub scenes. The cross hands.
Okay.
The scene that parallels, because it cuts back and forth from them realising that his mum's not dead, to Gary fucking spine busting a guy's head off, and that's when we get the plot twist of the blue ink robots. And then the fight scene in the toilet.
Like, fucking sick, isn't it?
So the cross hands fight scene. Gary, one of them genuinely Ushigoroshis a guy. One of them genuinely gets a guy up in a fucking Canadian backbreaker. Andy breaks a man's back with a fucking backbreaker. Or the beehive. Because Andy again just fucking punches Oman's face in, they're listening to the teacher, the 5 pints are there for them, and he gets 2 bar stools, uses them as fucking boxing gloves, and just starts mowing down the entire fucking pub. Those are my 2 favourite scenes.
Fair enough.
Anyway.
It's a good time.
Josh, if you want to ramble on about, it's the name of the podcast, rambling and that.
Pissed takes, as in, that was our, I mean, two of these and a can down, so again, it's not really affecting, we would have been talking about this shit at like 12 in the afternoon anyway, but doesn't change the fact that this is a pissed take.
Damn right.
It's a take that's pissed, and I've not went for a piss yet. I've not taken a piss yet, because it's a pissed take. And it's also a piss take, because we're taking a piss, and it's also a take well being pissed.
Can't believe I condemned the audience to that shit.
To my statement.
Yeah, to you rambling about fucking piss takes.
Because no, but it's a genuine concern for my health and well-being. I've not went for a piss yet.
Bragging that.
Since fucking Asda.
It'll skip eventually.
$54.99 a month.
Free adverts.
Sponsored by Virgin. Sorry, not sponsored by Virgin.
Just what is it you want to do, Josh White?
What do you mean?
It's another advert. Can you skip this if you can reach?
Picture this. Turn your heart into a content-heavy website.
Shut the fuck up.
Just what is it you want to do? We want to be free to do whatever we want to do. And we want to get loaded. We want to have a good time.
That's what we're going to do.
What an ending to a film.
We're going to have a good time.
What a soundtrack.
We're going to have a party. Love it.
I don't want to lose your love.
Such a good start. Whatever that is.
This is fucking episode 2 of Piss Takes. This is the fucking Piss Takes Plus. We're gonna have a fucking field day because every episode of Piss Takes with Josh White is gonna have a Piss Takes Plus, and that's insane. Just more shite from us.
Fucking Prague.
Off Prague. Genuinely, I mean, Dublin was brilliant this year, don't get me wrong. Krakow is going to be fucking amazing early next year. Because I say we go for a kind of January, February, March time. Like before it gets really expensive and the flights are still good.
Prague, man.
But Prague, with Staropramen, can I just rip a hat?
Because Prague was like...
You take that.
Because obviously back then it was like, oh, Prague is happening, or Prague happened, but now it's like a relic.
Prague was a year ago, mate, coming up. I mean, it's not even a year since Prague, I suppose.
Prague, when I was bald.
Josh White did get a shite haircut, which is really funny. I also got a haircut recently. It wasn't
I got a haircut,
great.
The only thing, like,
I got this hat in Prague.
That was mainly my fault because I got a haircut 3 days before Prague, and that wasn't a fucking good idea.
Well, we've been over this. I got this haircut because it's not the best. It's a bit too short. But by the time Centre Parks hits in a week's time, it'll be perfect. Which is why you got to strategically get your haircuts. Maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks before the event, you're getting it up.
See, I did it with Christmas. Whenever, like, I've done it with certain events. I didn't do it with Prague, but... And it's a bit too late to do it for Centre Parks now, so you know what, I'm just
your
gonna...
hair's fine, mate, your hair's fine.
It is perfectly nice, you know, I think I found a decent, you know... Style, I guess, but just...
And a good length for it.
Way of doing it, and, like, products and such, and...
I do enjoy that if you were to go on Snapchat, you'd find that me and your Bitmoji has the same hair.
Yeah.
I do enjoy that. I think we have to fight to the death. Because our hair's quite different.
But your hair's black.
My hair's black.
Because your hair's like...
Yeah, my hair's back and to the side.
Mine's
yours is forwards to the side. But...
I'm Robert Gallus.
Shut the fuck up, Whitey the Great.
I like Staropramen.
I know you do.
And I fucking like films.
Shut up, photo boy. Which one for me? I am Joshua White, and if you were to take a photo, I could critique it.
Spellbound.
That's a trigger word for me, Josh White.
Yeah.
You've got a higher chance of saying that word than I do in this world. I want to be free!
There we are.
So it's going to be us when we hit fucking pub 12 on our pub crawl, which is coming for episode 10.
Good for Centre Parks. Centre Parks is sorted. I'll just have to bring my moose with me because that was a mistake that I did last year where I didn't bring anything
I know. Did you?
hair wise, because I neglected the idea that we were going into a fucking swimming pool.
We'll be
my
there
hair
every
was-
fucking day
So
this
my
year,
hair
man.
was going to be wet constantly, so I forgot the idea that I had to constantly style my hair like that.
Do what we're gonna do. We're gonna loaded. We'll have a good time. But Prague, mate. Prague was generational. The Staropramen brew was disappointing. But the Staropramen itself was fucking holy. We got that in the Irish Times, which, regardless of what pubs we spoke about tonight, I think myself and Josh will always have this consensus that the Irish Times is the best pub I've ever been in.
Quite possibly. It's probably the most
Because it had live music on. And that live music was really fucking good, but not intrusively loud.
Ah,
It was
we were
insane.
upstairs.
Exactly. Like even the Twa Dogs is live music, sometimes it's too loud.
Mm.
But the live music in the Irish Times was the perfect volume, and it was really fucking good, and the music they were singing was amazing.
and they had like
fucking
wassail style food.
The Wassels food was insane. You got lunch at fucking 11 basically. Did Callum not get a sandwich or something?
Callum got a toasty, and
Exactly.
this was the day that I had
More pints than ever.
so much to eat.
You had a lot to eat and you had a lot to drink because this was the day you had 2 bloody McDonald's, a breakfast, a lunch, a dinner, and a dinner. Like you went mad, Josh, why? And as you can tell, we ran out of storage on the camera. And we were about to wrap up anyway after we told this little side story. So this is Ryan the next morning waking up and telling you, as he was editing, thank you very much for listening to Piss Takes Plus. Piss Takes Plus is the dumbest extension to Piss Takes we could possibly conceive. Please leave us a comment, leave us a subscribe, leave us a like, share it with your pals, etc. We hope you had a lovely time. And also, The World's End is a 5-star movie, and I cannot recommend watching The World's End enough. Thank you very much, folks.